Hello everyone, hopefully we are live, and this is the webinar on creating websites on Tilda without code, without designers, all by yourself, all alone. And I'm gonna show you how to create a website, a fully functional website in just 1 hour. Okay, I can see that it works. So guys, yes, if you can hear and see me again, I can see that some comments are already coming. Thank you very much for sharing your locations. And yes, indeed, the second question I always ask in the beginning of the of our webinars is, where are you listening and watching us from? So sharing your locations, I will appreciate that a lot, because it's always very interesting to know the geography of the Tilda workshops. And while you're doing that, and while you're using the YouTube chat and people who are late getting connected, I will just give you a very short overview of what are we going to do today. So first of all, I will give you a very quick introduction of what is Tilda, why it is easy and nice to create websites on that platform, so that you have a more or less an understanding of all the features and possibilities and opportunities, everything you can do on Tilda, and understand if it's good or not for your project. Okay, so my goal here is to help you jumpstart your web projects, okay, and to explain you that you don't actually need in 2023 to hire a professional agency or a professional web designer if you want to create a website for your business or for your personal brand or your online store. It's actually possible to do it all by yourself. Okay, and I will provide all the tools necessary. So I expect that we are going to be here for 1 hour and maybe 1 hour and 15 minutes. It depends on your questions, because I'm very much encouraging all of you to ask questions. Any questions you may think of during the webinar, just leave them in the chat and I will be checking it. It's just here in front of me. Every now and then I will just make a little pause and check if there are any questions over there. Okay, great. And another important thing is that in case you need to go and you cannot stay with us till the end of the webinar, it's not a problem at all, because the recording will be available on the YouTube channel, the Tilda YouTube channel that you are using now to watch this webinar. So I very much encourage you again to subscribe to our channel and to get the recording, as well as to be reminded about upcoming webinars. And then if you want to go deeper into the platform and see how to create other type of projects, you can find a lot of tutorials, small video lessons that will help you to get started very easily with the platform. So I think that's it from my side. I did not introduce myself, I'm sorry. My name is Elizabeth, and I work for Tilda's global content. Okay, and today I'm very much happy to be your well, let's call it a guide into the easy world of creating websites on Tilda. Okay, so let me just check where are you what are you writing in this chat. Okay, so we have Latvia, Greece, Dushanbe, Paris, and Uruguay. Wow, that's amazing. That's already, well, 3 continents here. That's very nice. Okay, so I think we're ready to go, and let's get started. So a very quick overview of the Tilda platform. So what is Tilda? Tilda is a website builder, all right? It's a no-code website builder. What does it mean? It means that you don't need to know anything about coding or to see all these confusing characters that they call code. No, you just see the layout basically, and you edit it, personalize it till the moment that you like what you see, and then you publish the website and it's done. Okay, and what is great about Tilda is that it's good for everyone, meaning that it's very good for beginners. And by the way, if you can just let me know in the chat what is your level of let's say acquaintance with the web design editors. Have you ever created a website? Are you maybe a professional designer? Because this is also a a nice tool for designers. I will explain you later why, because we have a magic tool called ZeroBlock where you can create everything from scratch. Okay, so just use the chat and let me know if you're a beginner, intermediate, or a professional in web design. Okay, so that I will adjust maybe my webinar and my workshop today according to you. So what can you actually create on Tilda? What type of projects, of web projects can you make? So first of all is a landing page, right? What is landing page? It's a one-page website with a call to action usually. And it's good for launching a product or promoting a event. And there are plenty of those landing pages online. Another thing that you can create is a multi-page website. That's a good website for a business. For example, if you have a company and you need a website with several pages, such as our projects, our portfolio, services, team, etc., etc., this is also possible to create here on Tilda. Another thing that not everyone considers creating on Tilda is the online store. And well, by now it is already possible to create just a very small boutique, let's say, and to sell a couple of products, also digital products, as well as a big full-scale online store having a catalog, having payment systems, and connecting all the necessary tools for you to really sell globally and sell lots of goods and control the stock, and there are all the tools included there. So you can also do that. Another thing is the blog and multimedia projects. That's actually how Tilda started, like already more than 8 years ago when Tilda was just born. It was mainly used to present multimedia projects, to present the design projects and concepts to clients and to the whole world, right? And so it remains a very good and strong point of Tilda, the work with the layouts and with the digital visuals, let's say. Okay, as well as blogs. So blogging is also possible on Tilda, and you don't need to be scared and thinking that okay, it's a website builder, but if I want to blog, I would rather go to a social media platform. No, you can actually own the content and don't let social media own your content. And by doing by creating your blog on a website that you actually own. So it's a nice thing to consider as well. Okay, thank you for sharing your level. I can see there is one beginner. All the others are still silent. So I would consider that you are shy beginners if you don't prove the opposite. So please shout out in case you're professionals and you're already bored, okay? All right, so another type of project that you can create on Tilda is the personal website, which is a very trendy thing to make, and not only trendy, but also it makes sense for you if you want to promote your services online across continents, across countries. That's a very nice idea to create a personal website, okay, to let people know about you. And you can even create a digital CV if you're working for a job, or things like portfolio, etc., etc. Right, so how actually you create websites on Tilda? Very quickly, then we're gonna get into Tilda and I will show you everything over there, but now it's a little bit of theory. So each website on Tilda consists of blocks. So what is a block? Block is a small section, a part of a website, such as a menu, a hero page, gallery, title, etc., etc., that you add one by one by creating a web page this way, and then you personalize, you customize the content of each block and the appearance, so how it looks, okay? And I will show you how to set it up. Here is how actually you modify text and images. This you can do directly in the layout, so you can see exactly how the changes are applied right on the fly. Okay, then for the beginners, as I can see that there is a beginner. Oh, advanced people are coming. Great. So okay, I'm getting a bit nervous now. Not only beginners, right? No, you're very well, very welcome, and I will be very happy to get an advanced questions from you, Carlos. Perfect. So for beginners mainly, and also for people who are not designers but probably marketeers, and they need to create very quickly a website that is needed by the end of the day, for example. That's a very nice idea to use a template. So you can start from template, and we have more than 200 available. They're all free, and they all also consist of blocks that you can then delete, add necessary blocks that you need, change styles, change content, obviously, etc. So this helps you to get started smoothly and launch project in no time. And that's what we are going to do today, actually, because I only have 1 hour and already 12 minutes have passed from this 1 hour. And yes, so I will show you how to create a website out of template. Then for the advanced guys over here, we have a 0 block. It's called built-in web design editor. What does it actually mean? It means that you have something like a graphics editor embedded into the website builder, and it allows you to create design based on your needs. So completely from scratch, right? It's a canvas that you can add elements to, that you can adapt to different device here. You can make auto scaling, and there are plenty of grids, rulers, and other like layers, and many other familiar to graphic design editors tools that help you to edit your designs, right? We also have visual filters, gradients, and also the auto import from Figma. That's a very cool feature that you can create a layout on Figma, and then just in a couple of clicks, without like manually, you know, copying and pasting or recreating the design that you created on Figma, you can just import it into Figma, into Tilda, and launch your website, right? So I will talk more about 0 block a bit later today, but if you already have any questions, I'm very much happy to see them in the chat. All right, another cool thing for advanced people, but also for beginners, is the animation tools. So on Tilda, we have mainly 2 types of animations: basic animations, step-by-step animations. So basic animation is what you see now on the screen, is a little twisted, let's say, way of appearance of the elements on the page when people access your page, right? As you can see here, the elements don't appear all at once, but one by one, and with the nice movements from the side or from top or from down, etc., etc. And these effects are already pre-designed, so you don't need to think like the timing and the the pixels and count anything. It's already pre-designed, so you just choose it and it's there. Another thing is step-by-step animation. This is an amazing tool for those who really like to play around with the complex animation effects, and there you can create basically anything you like. So why it's called step-by-step is because you add one step after another to the eternity, basically, which helps you to create effects like this on scroll, on mouse click, on appearance on the screen, etc., etc. So that's really cool thing, and we have the entire web animation guide until the education, and you can go and check it out and let me know if you need a link. Okay, my colleagues will share it with you. Also, interactive animation is available, and mobile animation is also there, and it's very easy to enable. You just click one button, and the animation is enabled on the mobile devices. Okay, so speaking about more practical things rather than design things, how do you capture leads? So what does it ever even mean? So capturing leads is when you have a form on the website and you want to collect, for example, visitors' emails, so that then create an email list and be able to create newsletters. Okay, so for this you need a lead capture service. And we have data collection services that are already integrated into Tilda, and they are all the international, very well known and widely used, such as Slack, Salesforce, HubSpot, Monday.com, etc., etc. So this is very easily set up these integrations, right? Then we have a built-in Tilda CRM, which is free, and it allows you to manage your leads. So this is more for marketing folks. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will not just dedicate a lot of time now to Tilda CRM. Then product catalog is for those who are interested in creating an online store. I already mentioned that. So it's a full-scale catalog that helps you take care of all your goods, your stocks, and it's pretty much automated, and you can export and import bulks of products and goods. Nice. Also, until that you can track the statistics. So we have the embedded statistics, the built-in statistics on Tilda, and you can see all the basics, all the basic information such as views and sessions, leads, conversions, which pages are more popular, which are less popular, the events, traffic sources, and of course you can connect Google Analytics to have a more detailed view on what is happening on your website. Right, and there is a separate statistics for online stores. So if you do e-commerce, you can have like ABC and XYZ analysis if you know what it means, repeat purchase rate, channel efficiency, etc. So there is a special stats for online store. For blogging, as I mentioned, you can create blogs on Tilda, and how you actually do it, you use the so-called built-in tool, which is called Feeds, which allows you to very quickly create and then schedule your blog post, which is very handy, so that you don't need to be there and publish each time you want to publish. You can make a schedule for the week ahead and just go and enjoy your cocktails next to the sea side. Right. Then, of course, you can connect your custom domains, as well as you can take advantage of the Tilda free subdomain, and I will show you today how to do that, so you can avoid even buying a custom domain, or if you have one, if you own one, it's not expensive, you can easily connect it to any of your Tilda websites, right? SEO is a very strong point for Tilda, as well as design. Why? Because of this block structure, which is also the same for the code. So the search engine crawlers can very easily identify the page structure, and index the pages easier and faster than others, so that it helps you to appear on the search results very well on the first page of the Google search, for example. That's very much doable with Tilda. Why? Well, because of this also range of tools that you can use, and these tools, they are not for the SEO specialist, okay? Tilda is not made for the geeks and nerds. No, you don't need to really get very much into this topic. You can just read a small guide and understand how to use all of this, and I will show you the essentials today. Right. Yeah, the high page load speed is also there. This is the technical. Well, it's something that is necessary nowadays. We don't want to wait till page is loading. So how do we actually cut its weight? By changing the format of the images, because images mainly are they prove to be the heaviest and the most weighty elements of the page. So we convert images to WebP automatically. You don't need to do anything about that. Then there is a lazy load feature. It's a very cool feature, but I don't want to really go into the details. If you have questions, please do ask me. But now I'm really eager to start creating a website on Tilda, okay? And so let's get into the platform right now, and I will show you how to create a website, and hopefully we're gonna manage to do that in 1 hour. Okay, so I click on Tilda, and this is the main page of Tilda. The URL address is tilda.cc, right? And that's how it looks. Here you can scroll a bit down and find some description of the main features, online store, what I just told you in this small introduction. Okay, then if you don't have an account on Tilda, you click the sign up button, okay, and you end up in this registration form where you have to fill in just 3 fields: your name, your email address, and come up with a password. Then after it's done, you sign up and you have an account on Tilda. Okay, and I will, since I created it already, I will just go ahead and enter into my Tilda account. That's how it looks. That's my personal account on Tilda. So these rectangulars, they represent projects or websites. Each of them contains several pages. The number of pages depends on the plan that you're using. And so what I'm thinking is to show you first what are the plans and billing, okay, and then we go straight to the editor. So here on top you have a black toolbar. This is dashboard. We're in the dashboard now, and if you click on plans and billing, okay, and you scroll a little bit down, you can see the 3 main plans available on Tilda. So first is free. Free plan is available for all forever, and you can publish a website or having a free Tilda subscription with some restrictions. You won't have the access to all of the blocks of the library, but you will have access to quite a lot of them. To create a very easy one-pager, that's not a problem. Then you can have up to 50 pages in one project and 50 megabyte of storage. So that means that you can upload up to 50 megabyte of content into your project, right? So, and that's great, and you just publish it with the free Tilda subdomain, and you have it for free, so you can do it right now, no payment needed. Then we have 2 paid options: personal and business. Personal comes with 1 website. All of the blocks available, all of the features available. You can create online store, you can create blog, you can create, you can use the Tilda CRM, you can embed HTML code, etc. So all the features are available on personal, but you have 1 website, and you can also connect the custom domain. And then comes business, and business only differs from the personal plan with the fact that you can have up to 5 projects with 500 pages in each project, 1 gig of storage, okay, and also the code export. So you can export your code in case you're using another platform and you just want to create a nice landing page. For example, it's relevant for the schools. There are a lot of online schools that have to use certain platforms, but then they promote their online sessions or courses or webinars or workshops such as this one, and they want to create a really cool page and embed it to their platform. They can do it with Tilda and code export feature. Right. So let me just check your questions. I see there are a couple of them. There are 6 of them already. Oh my God. Yeah. And then we will get into the page editor. All right. So there is a beginner who made a simple page for a beauty salon. But it's not been launched yet, and now I'm making my own website all on Tilda 0 block. Well, then you're not a beginner if you're creating the entire page on 0 blocks. That's at least intermediate. Okay. Oh, hey Magnus. Magnus is with us from Vietnam. So some experience having used template-driven builders many years ago. Okay, very nice. So it's not going to be all new for you today. And then Carlos, our advanced person. So I've been using Tilda and I love it. Oh, thank you. That's great to hear, Carlos. I have some questions about Tilda settings, and maybe you can help me and others. I would love to increase my performance and accessibility score in Google Lighthouse. Okay. Yeah, so this, Carlos, thank you very much for your questions. They're very precise, and I will be very happy to answer them. But I hope you will excuse me and you will let me answer them in the end of the workshop, because before I want to show you you and others how to actually build a page on Tilda, and then we will get into the page optimization questions that you have for us. Okay, so I'm going back to dashboard, and to create a new page or a new website, you can find this button up here, which is called Start New Website. So I click on it, and I need to choose the name of my project. So today I'm gonna create a landing page for the European guided tour. So yeah, it's summer, and I hope you all are going to have nice holidays. And yeah, so imagine we are a travel agency that wants to promote a holiday in Europe. Okay, so I will put Europe Tours 2023. That's the name. You can modify this name afterwards as much as you want, and this is not what your visitors will see. So it's just for you, it's just on Tilda. So once you created the website, the next thing you have to do is to create a new page. So this is the orange button here that that you should use. So you click on it, and what happens next? So next thing is that I see all the templates that I mentioned. So there are more than 200 of them, and if I hover over each of them, I can see the quick preview, and then if I click on the preview button, I can actually see the entire page. So this page is created by out of blocks that we have mentioned. So this is one, this is the second block, this is the third, fourth, etc., etc. I can close, and then I can also search by the categories. For example, these are all for business, different types of business. Then store, these are the templates for the online store. Event templates are a nice template to promote your conferences, events, concerts, whatever you need to promote. Okay, blog. For your blogs, obviously contacts is a nice category if you are a content creator and you want to create, for example, a link in bio page for your Instagram or social media. That's a nice place to look for templates over here. Then online forms and pro is the category made for advanced users who feel comfortable in working with zero block, because all of those very beautiful design made templates are created exclusively from zero blocks, out of zero blocks. Okay, so I will go and search for the tour template. Yes, and of course I did not mention that. Of course you can start from blank page and then add and edit blocks yourself. Okay, so you don't need to start from the template. So I click on this search button and I would put the tour. Yes, this one. This is the template I want to use today. So this is the preview, the Heart of Europe it's called, with a little map. So this is the page that actually convinces the viewer to go for this tour around Europe with the guy. Okay, and in the end you can see there is an online form which allows you to book your tour now, and I will explain you how to set it all up. Okay, so to create a page out of a template, I just click this button, orange, always create page, and I get into the editor. So that is how Tilda editor looks. You can see that if you start moving your mouse around the content, you can see the control elements that appear. So easily speaking, the buttons. Okay, so what are the buttons and what is the logic here? So as I said, each page consists of blocks, and you can see already that this is one block, this is another block. Okay, they're divided with this line. This is for example, the first block, the hero section, or the cover page, as we call it. And what do we have here? Okay, on top you can come back to the dashboard. This is the name of our project that can have up to 500 different pages. That's the page. Okay, and an easy way to switch from one page to another in case you have several. Okay, then on the right, preview, publish, settings, buttons, and so on. I will show them later. And now for the personalizing of your content, what do we do? Well, first, as I said, you can just go ahead, click on a text, and immediately the text editor toolbar appears on top. Okay, and you can actually modify the name, and you can just say European Tour 2023 Meridian, for example, like that. And you see how did I do? So it's pretty intuitive. And for saving, so once you made a change, how to save it? There is no save button. When you change the content in the layout, you just need, once you're done, for example 22, no, I want to change to 23, and now I want to save it. So what you have to do is just to click to any place on a page out of the text block. Okay, so this is the text block, and I just click over here and it's saved. Okay, if you want to undo if you want to make a step back, if you changed and then you see, no, I don't want to this text, I want to get back to the previous one. Here is the button on top which says undo, so you just click on it and you get back to the initial text. Okay, so this is how you change text. Then for the images, for example, let me say that I want to change the background picture here. Okay, so how do I do that? One way is just to drag and drop. Okay, so for example, I have an image here and I just pick it from my desktop. I just put it here, I leave it up and it's being uploaded. Here's the upload indicator, and now it's done as well. You don't need to the same thing here, you don't need to click save or anything. So it's there, it's already adapted, it looks nice. An important thing also about the pre-designed blocks, which are not 0 blocks but all the pre-designed blocks, so this is the template that exclusively comes with all the pre-designed blocks from the library. The cool thing about it is that they are already adapted to all the devices. So what does it mean? It means that if I click a preview button over here, and you can see the website, it's not published yet, okay? It's just a preview for you. But the cool thing about this preview thing is that on the left side, in the bottom, I'm not sure if you can see well behind me because there is my little video, but just try to do it on your own. So here you can switch from one resolution to another and actually see how your design looks on tablets, on mobile phones, and on desktops. And as you can see, the content adapts to different resolutions, and it's quite cool because you don't participate in that. Okay, it just goes and it is automatic. So for example, this gallery here, you see on the mobile it's going to look like this, but then if you go to the desktop resolution, it's horizontal. Okay, and if you hover over it, there is a little animation. Okay, this is the pre-designed animation that I mentioned. And then if you reload the page, just take a look at that, how the text appears. 1, 2, 3. Okay, first the heading, then subheading, then the button. Okay, take a look again. I'm just reloading the page. The heading appears, then subheading, then a button. Okay, so that's the pre-designed animation. How do you modify it? You would ask me, right? And how do you modify actually buttons? Because if I click on the button, you cannot modify it just as easy as you can do it with text. So for the button and for other elements of the content of your blocks, you need to go to the content tab. So here on top, on the left side, on the top of each block, if I go here, you'll have same buttons, settings and content. So remember them because you're going to use them the most, and they're self-explanatory. So content is for the content and settings is for the appearance of the block, right? So how the block looks, how big is the spacing in between blocks, how big are the images in the gallery, for example, how many columns has a block with columns, etc., etc. Okay, so for this cover page, if I go into the content tab, so that's how it looks, what can I see here? So I can again adjust the text, modify the text, upload the picture, right? So here I can just click on the upload file and then drag and drop it here, or upload from the URL. Okay, or I can click upload file and upload one from my computer. So all the possibilities are here. Then the button title and the button link are here. So the button title, for example, I want to say book now. So I change the copy of the button, and the button link is a nice thing that I think everyone needs to know. It's not something advanced, but it's also not something that you may guess how it works. So there is a little tip over here. So you can either provide an actual link to another page. Okay, so if you want to link to a page with the video about your tour, for example, you can do that. But if you want to link the person from this button to another section of your very same page, you can make this is called the anchor link. So you create an anchor, okay, and you here it's called let's go, an anchor called let's go. So how does it work? You can either click just this little button, link to block, and then choose the block on the page that you want to link the button to. For example, I want to bring people straight to the end of the website when they click book now, to the booking section where you have the online form. So I just click on this block and it shows immediately, automatically, it shows the ID of the block. And now if I save and close and I go to the preview and I click on the button, look what happens. So I click on this button up and I'm automatically redirected to the online form, right? Back to editing. So this is about the buttons. Also, you can link to a page if you have several pages. Here will be the list of your pages on Tilda, and yeah, you can provide the entire website URL. For example, let me show you how it works. If I want to go to tilda.cc, so I provide the URL, right, of the link for the button. I save, close, I preview, and then if I click on the button, I end up on the Tilda main page, right? So that's how it works. If you have questions about buttons, please ask them, because it's important to understand how to set up buttons of your page. And I will just get back to this anchor link over here. Then you can add another button over here. So for example, learn more. And if the first button, the book now button, brings me immediately to the registration form, the second one, I want it to be linked to the second section of the page, so that this will be for those people who want to actually read more about the tour. They're still not deciding, they did not decide yet if they want or not to go on this tour, and they want to learn details. So I link to block, and I link it to this second block. I save and close, I preview, and look what happens. So I click on learn more, up, and I just being scrolled automatically to the second section, right? So that's how it works. Let me see the questions, if you have any questions so far. Right, can I make my site in several languages? Sorry if I missed that info. Thank you. No, you did not miss that info, and it's a very good question indeed. Thank you for asking it. And the brief answer is yes. You can, of course, do multilingual pages on Tilda. The long answer is how you actually can do it. So the first way is that you create a page in one language. For example, this one will be in English, right? And then you make a copy of this page. So to make a copy of the page, you need to go to the settings of the page. There's the settings button on top here, right? Then you go directly to actions, and here you can have 4 basic actions you can make with the page. So what you can do, you can transfer the page to another user, delete it permanently, move page to one of your projects. Just keep in mind that you can do that, and duplicate the page. So what you have to do is to make a copy of this page. Okay, you go to the new page, you translate it into another language, and then you create a menu. I will show you very quickly how you do that. So to create a menu, you just click on this plus button, and that's a very nice information for all of you, how to add actually a new block. So if I want to add a new block to the page, I need to find this little plus button, which is situated in between each block, yeah, every block. I think you got it. And so you just click on this plus button, and you end up in the block library. So block library opens on the left, and it consists all the almost 30 different categories of blocks. And if you click on it, you can see the cover blocks. So each category consists several options, several designs, and you can choose out of them whatever you like. And so what I wanted to show you is how to add a menu. So this is the menu category, and these are the previews of different menus you can create on a page. Okay, so for example, if you want to create a multilingual website, why you need a menu? You need a menu that actually allows your visitors to switch between languages, right? And to do this, let me just check if this one has it. Mobile menu. So for example, you add a menu and you're not sure if there is this feature that you actually need, and what you need now is the possibility to switch the languages. You added this block and you don't see what you want to see, right? What do? I still want the menu block, so I'm still in the menu category, but I want to change and the actual block. I just want to try another block from the menu category. How do I do that? For this, I find this little button on the very left, so just next to the settings and content tabs. I click on it. I make sure that keep content on switch is on. That means that all the possible edits that you have made already will be saved. And then here I can switch this block with another one from the same category, right? So for example, this is fixed menu, logo, and language switcher. That's what we are looking for. So just click on it. Okay, you see all the content is still there. But what I have here, that if I go to the content, I can see here a setting which is called language. And then 2 languages, titles, okay? So for example, English and Spanish, and then the link to the page. The link to the page, I will show you how to get the link of your page as soon as we publish one. Okay, and basically the logic is that you enter the link. For example, I will do it with Tilda, right? So we have tilda.cc, which is in English, and then we have tilda.cc /es. I think that's the correct one for the Spanish version of our page, right? So I edit these 2 languages, but what I want my menu, I want it to be actually on top of the page. I don't want it to be in the middle, right? So how do you actually move blocks around the page? One way is to find these up and down arrows on the right, and I just click up one by one and I move it up till the very top of my page, right? Another way is to click on this drop down menu, and you can cut the menu block and then just click on any block that you want it to go to be pasted. So for example, I want it to be pasted under my cover. So I click here, I click paste, and it's pasted just under, right? So that's the way to move your block, for example, from one side of the page to another, not to keep clicking, through all the blocks. So now if I go to the preview and I click on the ES, I'm being redirected to the Tilda Spanish page. That's what you can do with your pages as well. And if I click on EN, that's the Tilda English, right? Then if you have more than 2 languages, what you can do is use these menu items as links and just provide link by link, calling them differently. So for example, you can modify all these names, and you will put this English, Spanish, French, etc., right? And that's how people can switch, and then you can have almost unlimited number of pages, and then you can organize it being a drop down, right, with another type of menu. So that's more or less how you create multilingual pages on Tilda. I think it's very relevant information for many people, and that's why I wanted to show it to you step by step. Right, let me see if there are any other questions. Okay, so Magnus is asking, is Tilda suitable for multi-tier membership site with access controls to different pages depending on the membership level? Exactly, yeah, that's a very good question, Magnus. It is suitable, and we have the membership feature, which I will show, I think, in a while, because not that's quite a specific information. So just hold on. I think in about 10 minutes, I will be done with my page, and then I will go into the page settings and site settings, most importantly, to show you how you can create a membership area. And this is possible. This is a cool feature that allows you to create online courses and exclusive spaces, let's say digital spaces for your clients according to their membership status. So for example, you can create the entire set of pages available only to those who paid a certain fee for your course or other things that you want to sell. or based on the, for example, level of your students if you launch an online school, right? So this is all possible to do on Tilda. Right, what I want to do, I think you will understand how to change the content, right? I will just pay your attention to several details that might not be very intuitive. First of all, the font. If I want to change the font, what do? I click on this more button on top. I click on fonts, and here I can choose and switch from one font to another using the pre-loaded library of fonts, which are all free. And by default, you have the Tilda Sans font, which is a very nice. Why it's default? Because it goes well for all the digital products. It's a sans serif font, which means that it is good. It doesn't have like a very strong personality, and it doesn't, you know, for example, as Oswald has, right? It does not bring too much attention, okay, to it. So that makes it possible to be universal, okay? So, but if I want to change it, you can just go here and choose any font you like, and then automatically all the text blocks are adjusted. So this is how you change the font. And also you can go to the advanced settings, custom settings, and then you can get any Google font or Adobe font and use it for your website, or even upload your font files in case you want to use your personalized fonts. Okay, so this is all possible. Right, another thing is I wanted to explain you how to add videos. For example, here we have a video about a solo packaging Europe trip, right? And if I want to change the video, so what do I do here? So on Tilda, you don't need to upload video files on the website because it doesn't make any sense. It will make your page very heavy. So what you have to do is go to the content and add just a YouTube video URL or ID. So this is the YouTube block for the video. You can also add videos from your personal server or from another video hosting platform, right? So, but if you have a video uploaded to YouTube, that's the best way to go about it. And you can just go ahead and, for example, do this. Copy the URL from the YouTube, paste it here, and it automatically shows the preview, right? And you can just play it from here. So then for the settings part, okay, I said that the settings part, it is responsible for the let me just reload this page so that you can see it nicely. Right, so the settings tab allows you to change the appearance of each block, and each block comes with different set of settings, obviously. So for example, for the video, if I want to make it smaller, right, so I go here into the width, excuse my English, and I can choose how many columns I want this video to take, right? So by default, you can visually divide your page into 12 columns. Okay, so if I put 12 columns, 12, and I click save, it will take up almost all of my page, right? But it's very big, so I want to make it like 8 columns at least. Yeah, so this is a very nice size for a video, I find, right? Then the height is also customizable. Autoplay video, I don't recommend you to do that because a lot of browsers, they do not anymore allow this autoplay thing. Video with sound muted, so you can mute the video unless the person turns on the sound. And then a little animation, as you can see, fade in, fade up. So these are all the pre-designed, pre-installed effects for the blocks, which are available in a normal, like standard blocks from the library. Right, then the shadow, you can add a shadow, for example, like this, and you have a little shadow around your video, right? The opacity, let's put it 60. You can see here a little shadow appearing, right? The paddings, so this is the spacing, the background color, So I can make it, for example, I can make it white, right? And it's white. I don't like it white, so I click undo and it's back to the gray. And that's how you actually modify your block. Okay, so each block is different. If you go into the settings of this gallery block, you will have a possibility to adjust the typography, the animation. And if you go, for example, here, you will be able to see the block position offset, so how much you can shift it from the left side of your window. Again, the typography, the second block offset, because it consists of two columns, this block, right? And so on. And here there will be other settings available, for example, social link icon style. Right, now I'm going down to the block which is called card with lead capture form, and I want to show you how to actually set up the online forms in order for you to collect the emails of your visitors. That's very important for the majority of websites, of landing pages, etc. So this is the online form, which is already there. What do we have in the content? In the content, we can modify the title and description, right? So for example, I don't want a booking to be paid. I just leave flexible dates, cancel anytime, or I will just even modify this text and I will say, fill in the form to book the tour now. Okay, then input fields tab. So in the input fields, you can choose which are the input fields you need for your form. For example, if you need an email, you can do it. You can add an email, but you can also choose other fields according to your needs, like phone number, name, etc., etc. There are up to 20 of them. Okay, so here is the placeholder. So the placeholder is a hint for a person to understand what they actually need to fill this field with, right? So I will just put email like that. And then you can decide if it's required or not, right? So if it's required and the person does not fill in the field correctly, they cannot send the form, right? It makes sense. Then the name of the person, I'll just keep it name. This is not required, you see. The email is the most important thing. The phone number, for example, the phone number, I'll put it like this, phone number, right? Required, no, not really. And the comments. Okay, so this is how you modify the input fields. You can add more fields, you can delete. For example, I want to delete the phone number, and I just click here delete, and so I have one less field for people to fill in. And then so let me just save it here. Okay, and the interesting part is how you actually collect, like where the information that people would fill into your website, where it ends up. So it ends up in data collection services, and you connect them from the content tab of the block. So let me explain you again. So this is the block where people can fill in their information, and in the content tab, you scroll all the way down until you see connected services, and you click on this connect button, which brings you to the site settings, the data collection services tab. And here you can see the very wide range of different data collection services, which you can connect to the form. And then once it's connected and the page is published, all the information and all the data that people fill in the form will end up over there. So how does it work? Let me show you an example. Okay, for example, I want to connect Google Sheets. It's a very nice data collection service because it allows you to receive the information in a structural way. And I will show you how. So I click Google Sheets. I click connect Google Sheets, right? Then I choose which account I want to connect it to. I chose my personal account. Yes, I grant the rights to Tilda and to Google to access my personal information, etc., etc., and it's done. So the spreadsheet name is this one, and it's been already automatically created. And I will just rename it so that I will not forget what it is from. I would put European tour bookings. Okay. You can also set up some additional settings such as URL, UTM, cookies, etc., or send only after payment. So this is relevant for the paid services. Okay, name in the list, European Tour 2023. Save. Yes, I want to rename the table. Done. Now, I created a spreadsheet on Google. Now I'm going back to the page editor. This is my first page, Europe Tour. I go all the way to the block with the form, and I get back to the content. And here, under the connected services, instead of the connect button that I had when I did not have any service set up, now I have a service that I just set up, and you can set up many. You can also add email, Telegram, whatever data collection service you want. Because it's a nice actually idea to connect several in case one doesn't work for one reason or another, you will not lose your leads. So I save and close, and now it's time to actually publish the page. So here you will have the yellow tip saying that please publish the page for the form to work. Okay, and I'm about to publish the page. Just one little thing I want to add in the end is that the social media links. So here I have a block that I don't need. I will just delete it, and I will delete this one as well. And I will add in the very end, I will add a block which is called from the social media category. For example, the first one, okay, the circle social media icons. In the content, I can add any social media available here. So, for example, a YouTube channel, and then I want to add a link to the LinkedIn, for example. Again, here you just provide links, save and close, and then people can access you via social media, right? And in the settings, you can make the icons smaller or bigger, right, according to your design. So now we are done, and I want to publish this page finally. So how do we do this? So pretty much easy. I click on this publish button, and don't be afraid. As soon as you publish the page, it will not be super easy to find it online. So don't get panicked if you publish the page and did not finish with all your settings and design. For example, I'm not finished yet with the title of the page and some SEO settings. I will show them to you in a sec, but I will publish it anyway. And when I click publish, I get a prompt with the text, please set site address. What does it actually mean? So as I mentioned previously on Tilda, you can connect to your personal domain, which you already own, right? Or use the Tilda subdomain. So this is the possibility to use the Tilda subdomain. What is subdomain? Subdomain is the URL that ends with tilde.ws. So this you cannot modify, but you can modify the main part of the domain. So I will call it Europe Tour 2023. Save and continue. It's being published, and now this link is public. So if you now copy this link into your browser, you will see exactly the same thing that I see here, right? The tours in the heart of Europe. Now, I will click the Book Now button. I'm getting redirected to my online form, and let me just make a test, and I will fill in the form. So I will put, just a fake email address, right? My name and my comments. I want a huge bed, please. Okay, so get it now. Thank you. Data has been submitted. That's what your visitors see. And you, instead, as a website administrator, what you have to do to collect those leads is to go back to settings, site settings. I will just explain you what's the difference between page settings and site settings. So you go into the site settings, and here you proceed to the forms. And in the forms, you have this connected service that we just connected, the Google Sheet. And here is the link to the sheet that was created automatically. So I click on it, and voila, I have already received the information I have just submitted. So you see how the information is presented. You can see the email address, the name, and it's all organized into the column. So each field corresponds to the column. right? I want a huge bet, please. The refer, so which page this person came from, and then some technical data such as date, time, request ID, etc. So that's one way of collecting your leads. Another way is to connecting Tilda CRM, right? But about this, I think you can see the dedicated tutorial. It's very easy. You just need to create a new list, and add it as a data receiver to your page. Right. So I said that I published the page, but I did not finish it. And what I meant is that for each page, if you go to the settings of the page, you have three essential things that you have to do for each page you publish. So what are these things and why are they important? First of all is the page title, page description, and page URL. So with URL, we are more or less okay. That's the URL we chose. I feel okay for that. The title and description, instead, they will be visible in the search. So this is how my page looks now on Google search. And I don't like that because, first of all, it's not searchable. There are no keywords. It does not explain actually what is the service. So if I see this, I don't know what is this Europe tour. And it does not have any description. So your goal here in the page settings is to first choose the correct title, which is not too long but self-explanatory and consists of some keywords that people might look for. So European tour, I would say maybe guided tour, and 2023 September, let's say. In the description, you just explain a little bit more about your service. So, for example, book now an 18-day tour to Europe. With the Meridian Tour Agency, right? So with this, you cover already all the search requests for the European tours, for the tour agency, for the name of your tour agency, for the September rate, for when people want to go on holiday, etc. So title and description are vital. You save changes, and I go back to the settings to show you how our SEO preview of the page looks now. Now it looks better. So it consists of three essential things: the title of the page, the description of the page, and also the URL. So that's why it's very important not to leave the URL being just a project 12345 kind of a URL, because then people cannot understand what is it about, because people can they do read the URLs nowadays. Okay, and here you can see that it's a dedicated page, Europe Tour 2023, and it creates trust, right? The last thing that is important is to upload a badge. What is a badge? Badge is something that can be seen on social share preview. So if you share your page on Facebook, for example, on Twitter, then there is a little preview, and it consists of all the three elements I just mentioned before, but also the badge, the image. And by default, when you publish the page, the very first image on the page becomes its badge. And if you don't like that, and I don't like that, I can upload the file manually. Okay, so I will upload just the same cover page, the same cover image that I have. Nice. Save changes. I go to settings again, and I check this social share preview, and now it looks very nice. And I did it myself. I did not hire any SEO specialist, and now I promise to you that this page is way easier to be found on Google than before. Okay, so I save it here, save changes, and I publish the page again. And remember to republish the page every time that you modify something on it, okay? Because otherwise the changes will not get into your page. Right, I have a couple of questions here. Let me just see and reply to them. How to transfer Tilda design domain over to client that owns third-party hosting sites? What is the best solution? Okay, so the best solution is that you export the code, right? If you need to move it over to another hosting. For this, you need a business plan, the annual business plan subscription, and then you can make the export code. To do that, you go into your site settings, sorry. Scroll down to the export, right? And then if you have the business plan, and on this account I have a business plan, you can have this API integration or download as a zip file and then upload it into your client's hosting platform. That's how you do it. Hope it answers your question. Nice, but you can learn CSS with my last video. Yeah, someone is trying to make a promotion here. Yeah, indeed. Well, I don't know if it's easier to learn CSS. I was not able to, but if people are interested, yeah, you can go and check it out. Okay, great. Thank you for the explanation. Yes, you're very welcome. And Magnus has a question. Can emails be validated to see if it's a real email? So for the email validation, to see if it's real or not, you cannot do much, but you can make forbid people to enter, for example, something without the format of the email. So this is the typical email format, right? The custom name, then then the client and the email client name. So for example, Gmail, and then .com. If a person, for example, forgets about the dot or forgets about the at, then they cannot submit the email if it's the email input field. Okay, but then if it's real or not, well, no, this you cannot control. Good. Let's move it over to the page, to the site settings. So as I told you, yeah, let me just go back and show you what we've done so far. So first of all, the 1 hour is over and we did publish one page, okay? And I think it's quite a success. And of course, I did not go into a lot of details, but I hope I was able to reply to the questions. Not all of them. I still remember about the membership question and some SEO optimization question, 6 of them. Right, but the essentials are there. So we did edit the content of the page. We did edit the essential SEO things like page title, page description, badge, and so on. Okay, and now I want to show you the site settings. So site settings and page settings, what is the difference? Each page, and you can have up to 500, I remind you, in each project. So this is the project with list of pages that we have. Each page has its own settings, its own page title, its own page description, which makes sense because they're all different. And then for the entire project, there is a site settings, right? So you click here and you can see the settings that will change things for each page of the project, right? So what are the most important things? Okay, so I'm just giving you highlights here. First of all is the custom domain. This is the domain name that we have chosen for our link when we published the page for the very first time. And as you can see, it's modifiable. So don't worry when you publish your page. When you're choosing the URL address, you can change it afterwards as many times as you want. This is if you use the Tilda subdomain. Then if you use your custom domain, you go into the domain tab over here. Here you paste your domain and then you need to connect the domain provider with your Tilda page, with the Tilda project. How to do that? If you have any question about doing things on Tilda, you can always find these little orange explanations or links to the help center. So the interface of Tilda is made in a way that you can help yourself, basically, okay? And that allows you to deal with any question on your own. So here, for example, I click on custom domains and I am redirected to the guide of the Tilda Help Center with the videos and step-by-step instructions on how I actually connect a custom domain to the Tilda website. And then here in the Tilda Help Center, by the way, you can access it at all times with this little question mark button on the lower right corner of your interface, or from your dashboard by clicking here the Help Center button. Okay, and it's a huge resource with many guides on everything that you can make on Tilda. So here is a quick widget that allows you to search through Help Center. For example, if I put domain, I will be presented with the most relevant domain related articles, right? And also I can go into the video tutorials and check how to create different pages and how to work with zero block, the domain again, the page editing, you see. So everything that we've covered today and much more, you can read and find out about yourself, okay, for online store, etc. Then the important thing, if you did not find the answer to your question in the Help Center, what you can do? Well, the next thing is that you have to contact our support team, and our support team works all the time. So how you connect, how do you reach out? You click here and send us a message. So how, I will repeat again, to reach out to our support team, you need to be in your Tilda account. Go into this widget by clicking on the round question mark button in the lower right corner, and then down here click send us a message. But what you see here is that you're redirected into the support window, let's say, where you can submit your ticket. So first you're prompted again to search frequently asked questions. Perhaps you will find the answer there, and then if not, you click create a ticket and you choose a category. So what you have problem with, you describe your problem and you submit a ticket, and then you get the reply from our support team. Right, so then analytics allows you to check the statistics of your website, right? So yeah, let me save the changes. And so the stats, you can view them here. So I don't have any stats, of course, because I just published my page, but here you can check it. And also you can connect a Google Analytics over here, Google Tag Manager, Facebook Pixel, etc. In the SEO tab, you can, what is important to do? I just promised you to go around the highlights. What is important is that you can have the SEO assistant, and I strongly recommend you to use it. It's a virtual assistant that helps you to spot errors which you may not be aware of. For example, on my page, the H1 tag is missing. What is H1 tag, you would ask. And I click on it and I get an explanation. So the H1 header carries the most weight in determining your website's rankings and search results, etc. So here you can read about it, right? And then you go back and you open the page editor and you fix it. So how do you fix it? In the settings, here you find the SEO title tag and you assign H1. Save and close, you republish the page again, as I said. Every time you change something, you publish a page. Then you go back, you reload the page, no such mistake. Okay, so that's a very cool thing to optimize your page and to keep it optimized at all times by using this SEO assistant. Then here you can also connect the Google Search Console, other services, and to create the HTTPS redirect. And that's important because you don't want to keep the HTTP address for your page. You want your page to start with the protocol which is secured, HTTPS, so that all the browsers open your page nicely, and then you save changes again, and then you have to republish the page again. Okay, and you can read about it again in our help center over here. There's always a link to the help center. All right, export we already covered. The forms we spoke about them. So here you can see more payment settings. That's a very cool thing in case you need to accept the payments, and you can just connect your PayPal, Stripe, or to checkout accounts and receive online payments from all over the world. Header and footer. Please just go there and learn more and read our little help center article. In case you have specific questions about header and footer, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I will just skip this part. Okay, that's relevant for multi-page websites. Actions with the page, no, not with the page, with the entire website. So these are, we have already seen the actions with the page. This is for the entire website. Transfer website to another user. So that's a cool thing for designers who create websites on their accounts. And once they're ready, they want to transfer a website to your client's account, right? To save some space for your future projects. In case you have a business account, you only have 5 available spots for the projects, right? And if you reach the limit, you cannot create another project. So that's why it's important to create an account for your client and then to transfer the website over to your client. Or you can always delete the website, of course. Permissions is something useful in case you want to password protect the pages, and then the membership. So I promised to tell you about how to create online courses and schools on Tilda. That's what you have to start with. You go into the site settings, you find a membership tab, and here you click the Learn More button. Here you can read about how to manage memberships and user accounts in detail. It depends on what you need, what you have in mind, automatic user removal, how to set up a sign-up form, etc. So in brief, this setting, the membership, allows you to create personal accounts for your website visitors. So as you have the personal account on Tilda, your website visitors can have theirs and can have different access types according to the groups or to the links that they have been assigned to by you. And you design it all. And there are several schools already that digital mainly design schools that created the whole school interface on Tilda, and they have several groups, several levels, several courses inside of one Tilda account, and then they allow people to sign up, to pay for the courses, and then to take them. Okay, so this is about memberships. Here you can click manage members, and I will just give you a very quick idea of how the dashboard for the membership area looks. Okay, for the rest, please refer to the help center. Right, collaborators, this is for the teamwork. In case you want other people to be able to edit your project, you can add them here. And then under the more, you can add a small favicon, which is a little image on top of the browser, so next to the tab. For example, on the YouTube, you may see now those who are watching YouTube from the browser, you can see their logo. So this is the same thing. If you have a logo, please upload it here, right? Then you can make custom error pages for a 4-error page. That's a cool feature as well. You can choose the website language so that all the system messages to your visitors will be sent in this language. HTML code is a very important thing. HTML code is possible to add into Tilda, into the head section. Custom CSS code as well, and some other more advanced things you can do here, like also connect the product catalog and feeds for blogging. So that was the highlights, that were the highlights about the site settings. And the last thing I want to, the fonts I showed you already, but just to let you know that here, fonts and colors, and you can go into the custom settings and connect any font in the world, basically, because you can have access to Google Fonts, Adobe Fonts, and your own font files, as well as the basic fonts, which are already pre-installed on Tilda. Very nice. So I think that we have covered all the essentials. Now I'm going back to the questions that I have received in the very beginning, but before that, let me just show you how ZeroBlock works, right? So I mentioned for the designers, we have a killer feature, as I like to call it. Yeah, very mainstream, I'm sorry. So this is the built-in web design editor. How to edit. You can edit from here, from the very bottom of your page. Here you can find the button 0, and you add ZeroBlock. Otherwise, you can click on this plus button, go into the block library, and click the button ZeroBlock on the bottom of the block library as well. It might be covered by my image here, I'm sorry. So once you add a zero block, you can go ahead and click the block editor, and you end up in a different editor, different from the page editor. But this is basically the white canvas where you can move the elements freely. You can also modify the length and the height of the canvas. You can just delete all the elements. And let me show you how it works. So on the very top left corner, you have a plus button where you can add elements. So what are the elements you can add? Text, image, shape, buttons, like this, videos, tooltips, little tooltips that you click on and receive a little tip, HTML, for those who like to add custom code, form, gallery, and vector. So you can also work with vectors, create vectors, etc. Right? So for example, I add text. How do I modify it? So I click on it once, and then I go here to the settings. And then I have a pretty much advanced settings for each element. Here, for example, I change the size of my text. No, this is too much probably. Sorry. Typeface, can make it Arial, Georgia, etc. The font, for example, bold. All right, spacing, opacity. I can rotate my text, and so on. I can also add a link, and this is actually something you can keep in mind as well. You can add a link to any text block or any word or any phrase on Tilda. So no matter if you're working on zero block or in a basic block with text, you can assign a URL to any part of your text by just double clicking on a word and going here, insert link. You put a link, open a new tab, yes or no, you apply, and then this word becomes clickable. Okay, so this is just for you to know. Right, so this is how I create a design. Then, for example, I don't need this tooltip, and I want it to be a bit narrower. So that's the button. For the button, the settings are obviously different. So the background color, I can modify it, for example, like this. Then I take a shape, for example. For the shape, I can change it to the circle or make it a line. Okay, but I will stay with the circle. For the images, you can upload file just like we did before, like this, drag and drop. I don't need this block, I don't need it. Let me upload the picture, and voila, I change its size, and I can create custom designs just like that. And then for animations, yes, so for example, I want to arrange it on top like this. And then for animation, I can choose the any element on zero block, go into the step-by-step animation here, and I can make a looped animation. For example, I want this shape to turn around in a loop. Okay, so I just do it very quickly. I will not go into the details now, we don't have time obviously for that, but just to give you an idea, it will be like that. Okay, it's too quickly. Voila. So I save, close, I publish the page, and now my zero block in the very bottom of my page looks like this. Okay, so custom block. That's how you create custom blocks. Very good. There is a dedicated tutorial, of course, on Tilda zero block, and it explains you how to adapt your design for different resolutions here, because this is something you will have to do with zero block, which is pretty much cool because you can decide how your website looks on different devices, right? Like this, for example, something that is automatically there with the blocks from the block library. Okay, so this what I wanted to show you. If you have questions about zero block, please let me know. But I am trying to not keep you here with me for the entire evening or the afternoon, depends on where you're looking or where you're watching us from. Right. So let me see for the other questions. Can certain email domains be forbidden? I'm not sure about that, Magnus. I don't think it's possible. Another question, follow up on export part. Will exported data need to be reformatted to be used on another hosting site, or will it contain enough code to be ready to go for client? Well, it depends on your hosting site, but basically the export on Tilda works in a way that you get the download as a zip file, so you get the zip file, and this is the small explanation. So your website will be exported to a static HTML with all the necessary files, images, CSS, and GS. Also, bear in mind that built-in services that exist only on Tilda will not be obviously exported, such as a product catalog, for example, members area, or other things like feeds. Okay. And for more information, you can just go into the Help Center, export, right? And voila, that's the Help Center article that explains you in detail how the code export works on Tilda. Okay. Let me keep looking at your questions. So I also have the same issues that Carlos asked above. How JavaScript files can be compressed to reduce page load times? Well, that's, I think, if you use any code on Tilda, this is not, well, since Tilda is a no-code platform, it does allow you to add code, okay, and there is even a dedicated block for embedding HTML code. So you can do whatever you want with your Tilda website with the code, but we do not provide the support for the codes. So in case your code is heavy and it brings your page, it results in your page being a bit slow, this is something that you will have to figure out on your own, I'm afraid. Right, great webinar. The language changing is why I watch every webinar, beginner, advanced, pro. You always learn something new. Thanks. I'll be waiting for the next and for the next Zero Block webinar too. Thank you so much. We have already one webinar about Zero Block. You can just check and search through the Tilda YouTube channel. You should find it. But thank you very much for your very nice words. And let me go back to the Carlos's questions. So very quickly. How can I would love to increase my performance and accessibility score in Google Lighthouse. Okay, so you want your page to be quicker. Okay, how can I modify these issues that Google picks up? Image elements do not have explicit width and height. Service static assets with an efficient cache policy. Eliminate render blocking resources. Reduced and used JavaScript. This we already discussed. Buttons do not have an accessible name. How can I modify them? Links do not have the link text. Okay. So some of the questions have been already answered. Some others, I think it's better that you go directly to the Help Center, to our support team. So again, I will explain you how to do that, because for me now it will take me a lot of time, and also it's always nicer to have the URL address of your page so that our support team can check in the Google Lighthouse the problems connected to your, not the problems, but the issues that I mentioned to your website, and help you solve the problem personally. So I will remind you how to do that. You click on this orange question mark widget on the lower right corner. You click send us a message, and then you create a new ticket, and that's how you connect to our support team. There my colleagues will help you. Okay, I'm sorry I will not be able now to answer these questions. I'm really sorry I kept you, but I hope this webinar was useful for you anyways. Right, Thank you for thorough explanation. You're very welcome. And thank you for a lot of questions. I had a lot of fun today presenting this webinar to you. If you still have any questions, and if you're watching us in the recording, or as a recording, in the future. So in this case, and if you still have a question, please use the comment section under this video, because we will be checking all the comments we receive, and we will be more than happy to reply to all of your questions, okay, or to help you find the answer on your own. I hope that was useful. For me, it was a lot of fun. Thank you very much for watching our webinar. And well, check our social media. I will just finish with something pleasant. Let me check here. Yes, so what I want to finish with is the services that are free, accessible for everyone, and that are available from your independently. If you have or don't have the Tilda account, these are just services that will make your life easier. So what are these? The icon library. This is the library with 700 plus icons available in SVG format, made by the Tilda designers, and they cover a lot of business topics, and not very business, a lot of different topics. So this is the list of topics, and you can download them for free. Okay, so this is the icon library. Then color and gradient library is a very nice tool for you to create a color palette for your website, or to just get some inspiration. You just click on the color you like and it's copied. Broken link checker is a cool thing for the large websites when you want to check if all of your links are okay or not, because this may affect your SEO results. Okay, and you just put a web page URL and you have the list of links which are broken or which you have to fix. That's a very cool thing. And then the campaign URL builder, it allows you to create the UTM tags to track your mainly advertisement campaigns. And this is very relevant for marketing teams. So we have our own campaign URL builder on Tilda. For free, you can take advantage of it. Right. Then also check our webinars.tilda.cc/en page for the upcoming webinars, because we have different webinars on different topics all the time, with guests and without. And please follow us on social media. As I said, we are everywhere, notably on YouTube. We are very active on Instagram, also on Twitter. We are also in LinkedIn, in TikTok, anywhere, Medium. So please look for Tilda, tilda.cc. And it's nice because we share a lot of tips on web design and digital marketing, both for professional, for advanced users, and for beginners. So probably chances are you're going to find useful information for you. Okay, well, thank you very much again. Thank you for your kind words. It was my pleasure, and I hope you will build amazing projects on Tilda, and please do share them with the Made on Tilda hashtag, okay, so that we can enjoy it. Thanks. And let us know, of course, was it useful or not. Put a thumbs up or a thumbs down, I don't know, and use the comment section. It was a pleasure, and see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.